Hi. Hello. How are you? I'm doing well. Um, Welcome to the Manda Made It podcast. Uh, Today is November 22nd, maybe. It's a Monday. Um, this would be, I think, episode number 5. And this is a podcast all about my knitting, crocheting, spinning, and various basically that. If I get into anything else, it'll get included too. Um, so I'm Amanda. I'm a mom of two. I live in Westerly, Rhode Island with my husband and my two kids, Calliope and Ayla Rose. Um, they are 5 and just turned 1. Um, and yeah, I am a stay-at-home mom. In a past life, was a personal trainer. And then, 2020 happened and things changed. So I am now just kind of knitting, crocheting, and spinning and really enjoying leaning hard into the crafty pursuits. And today I'm just going to talk about um, some FOs, some whips, some future cast-ons, and a frog, a project I'm gonna frog, and yeah, won't be too long, just a little bit of chatter. So I apologize. My daughter is napping, so I have the monitor down below, and I'm just keeping an eye on her, uh, so that I can wrap it up when I need to. So let's start. Okay. I have one finished object, which is crochet, and then I have 2 finished objects for spinning. So I'll start with the crochet. And now this finished object, I finished it this morning. I am an early morning riser. I have been lately getting up at 4 or 4:30, somewhere in there, so that I have some time in the morning to spin and or crochet or knit. So generally I wake up 4:30, do whatever until about 5, hop in the shower, get my coffee going, and then I, fingers crossed, after that have until 6:30 till the kids are up. Um, I am not a night owl. When I was drinking, yeah, sure, I totally was. But now I am most productive and most comfortable doing things in the morning, and I enjoy that time. If I have to wake up and immediately go into mommy mode, I am not a pleasant person. Um, I need to settle into my day, settle into me, and this allows me to do that. And it doesn't bother me. I just go to bed early. So anyway, I finished this morning. Now a this was just a little quick, just to see how I felt about it. This is kind of like a prototype. The pattern is called North Tiara, North Woods Tiara, something like that. Um, I apologize. I'll pull it up so I can accurately tell you what it is. Um, Okay, Princess of the North Tiara, and this is by who is it by? Princess of the North Tiara by Nancy Gogolak. So this is what it's supposed to look like, kind of. Um, Mine doesn't. It's written for DK weight, but it really is written as like a recipe for using whatever yarn with whatever needles. So I started off with just some acrylic worsted, but I started with a really small hook because I wanted to make it stiff. And unfortunately, I think I didn't do something right. So it's a little wonky. Um, but this would be the center large uh, peak, she calls it, and then it's surrounded by small peaks. Very simple, and this is a very quick really, really quick thing. And I think it will be super cute once I get the needle and yarn ratio correct. Um, and anyway, I think it's very cute, and the kids will really like it. I just have to, you know, get myself right. Whatever. Anyway, fun little project just to see how it goes. I don't know if I'll make more. Maybe if I get bored and I just kind of want to run something out, then I will. That shouldn't take more. And quite honestly, it probably doesn't take more than an hour at most to make one. So, and they're not supposed to like fit on your head. It's supposed to be on top, So, anywho, that's one. And that's really that's the only crochet knitting finished object I have. I have two spinning finished objects. One is the 70/30 merino silk that I spun for my girlfriend Nick. Um, it's for my first time spinning anything with silk. It was a beautiful like blue with white streaks, and to me this is very soft. uh Definitely, it's like merino and silk. It's definitely fine for going next to the skin for me. There are people who are wool sensitive who cannot handle it. Now Nick is wool sensitive, so I don't know how well she's going to handle this, but you know that's not my problem. I made it. She can do what she wants with it. But it's fairly consistent. I do believe for 8 ounces. I haven't actually calculated the yardage yet, because I need to reskein these just in case. Like after you spin and wash and finish your yarn, it can poof up and change your yardage. So I wanted to make sure I reskeined it before I counted my yardage. But I would say this is definitely like pretty much a worsted. Well, in some cases it's probably a DK to worsted. But I think it's very nice, and just squishy and wonderful, and I hope she enjoys working with it. My second spinning FO. So this I had this taught me some things. It's still fairly damp from getting washed last night, and it's been hanging all night, but still damp. So this was a Malabrigo Nube braid that I had picked up from Twist Yarn Shop in Niantic, Connecticut. And I had started this a couple months ago on my spindles. I had started it. I had put it on a Turkish spindle and a Russian spindle and a Tibetan spindle that I had. So I was just kind of playing around, checking it out. And I knew that there was something about the Malabrigo Nube braids that was a little wonky, and people had things to say about it. Now I understand why. It was fairly compacted. There was definitely some felted parts and some fold parts. And in the time that I had started spinning it on the spindles, and then the time that I picked it back up, there was a couple of months in there, and I learned a lot about spinning and about myself and about prep. And so I kind of looked at what I had done, and I realized that my prep had not been well thought out. I did not do any sort of color management. And so I had a little over half of the braid left. So, and to be honest, I was kind of sick of it because I wasn't really enjoying the spin that much. So I took half of the braid, stripped it down, and I spun it on my little nano e-spinner. And I also took what was left and I finished spinning it on my spindles. And then I applied the two together, which they do caution you to do, to caution against that, because you are doing two different methods of spinning. And as a newbie, I am not consistent, and I don't know. Either way, so it's pretty. and the colors are pretty, and it's soft. Like, don't get me wrong, it's merino and it's soft, and you know, some parts look ropey, some parts don't, but like it doesn't feel ropey. This will make an interesting item for somebody. Um, you know, I mean, the colors are really pretty, like, and it's not like in some other Malabrigo Nube braids that I've seen where the color hasn't gone all the way through and you end up with white, but like this is saturated and this is bright and it's beautiful for that. Um, so this is just going to hang out for a while and dry, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. If anything, it may live in my stash for like 10 years until I figure out what to do with it. But it was a lesson for sure to me about combining spindle spun singles and wheel spun singles and what not to do. So that's it for my FOs. That's it. I don't really have anything else that I can show because, you know, gifts and stuff. So I do have my cardigan that I'm working on. I last time I showed that I had started the sleeve cap, completely screwed that up. Well, I didn't screw up the sleeve cap. I had screwed up the armhole shaping way back when I started the cardigan, and I didn't know that. So I had to go back and not fix that because I wasn't undoing the entire freaking sweater body to fix it. But what I will show you, because I haven't done the second one, is this is the set-in sleeve. So what it's supposed to look like is this. I don't know how I did it, but somehow I have an extra flap of fabric here that does not fit in with this. So when I follow that to do the sleeve cap, it was a weird bumpy thing. So for this, went back and I took it out and I just picked up stitches, ignoring the flap, and it worked out fine. Now the sleeve sits the way it's supposed to. Doesn't have that weird like bumpy thing. I think I have like I've got my stitch markers marking my decreases, and I think I've got like maybe 3 or 4 more sets of decreases left before I start the ribbing for the cuff. But yeah, so it's a nice little cropped cardigan. It's 90% alpaca and 10% tencel is what the yarn is made out of. It was a knit crate yarn. The color is knit crate celestial or Audion wool celestial. In the colorway, I know I just scanned up or rewound a celestial and Callisto. That's the colorway. Callisto. An Aran weight, 150 yards for 100 grams. So it's Vitalana, not Audion wool. Vitalana. Sorry, my ball band is all messed up. But anyway, because I took it out of the garbage. That's why. That's that. You know, I am doing the sleeves on 2 circulars because I don't have any shorty needles in the size that I needed, size 5, US 5, whatever millimeters, I don't know what that is. Anyway, I'm very happy with that, and I think I might actually be able to be done with it by the first of the year. So that's cool. And that's really the only whip I'm going to show you, too. I do have some future cast-ons that I plan on getting into. One I am doing I plan to do is a scarf for a friend who had requested I make him a hat earlier this year. So I made it, and he liked the hat. I thought it was a little bit loose, but he liked it, so. And then, what did I do with the pattern? Now he wants a scarf, so I'm going to make the scarf for him. Um, and it's just out of a simple, it's a gray acrylic. I don't know the brand. I assume it's acrylic actually, because I think it was one of those AC Moore things, like a Millens bag or something. And I have 3 skeins of it. So, and this is still left after the hat. So I had tons of this. So that I will get that scarf cast on soon for him so I can get it done. And then I will be knitting that. It's just going to be a basic, like, ribbed and then garter scarf. He just wants it long enough to wrap around his neck once. He doesn't want it too thick or big or bulky or any of that. And then I have 2 new spins planned because I have everything off of my spindles and wheels that I wanted to have off. So I think for my next spindle spin, I want to do the Black Jacob I had picked up at the New England Fiber Festival. That's this stuff. It's just, I want to work with, like, not your typical standard super soft merino. Although it's very lovely to work with. I just want to get into, like, the meaty stuff. So that's what I want to start with on my spindles. And sorry for the crinkling. I know that's probably loud and annoying to some people. So I plan on starting that soonish. And I also have the Shetland that I would like to start on my wheel. Now this is roving, but no, this is the thing. I'm still a new spinner, so I'm like, okay, it's roving, but I don't think it's comb top, or I don't. It just says roving, but like that can be comb top or carded, right? I think because this is certainly seemed a lot more disorganized to me, or maybe not. I don't know. I gotta look in a better light because again, it's dark in here, so the light from the window, and I don't know. So anyway, I will be doing that Shetland. I actually have 8 ounces of that to do on my wheel, which I'm excited about because I've really enjoyed the Shetland that I did during the little breed study kit that I got from Hearthland Fibers. And kiddo is starting to wake up. Which is good that I'm just about done. The last thing I wanted to talk about is I'm going to frog a project I started that I just kind of did to have in the car and ready to go for me if I forgot knitting or if I just needed something easy. And it's a Musselburgh. I'm through the increases, or a Muscle Burra, which I believe is the correct way to say it, the name of it, because it is named after a place. So I think it's Musselburgh. But I had started this in some hawthorn fingering that I had gotten from Knit Picks. I forget the name of the colorway. And it is very pretty, but I don't like how it feels in this application. I think the gauge is too loose for what I like. I probably won't wear it. And I'm just not enjoying it. So I'm going to frog it and take it out because I don't want to work on things I don't like. You know, I find that to be silly, so I'm not going to do it. So that's kind of it for the knitting crochet stuff, the spinning stuff. In life, my younger daughter Ayla Rose turned 1 on Saturday. We had a very small little birthday get together with some of the grandparents. We also host Thanksgiving, so you know, the majority of our family will be joining us for that because it's just hard. Like, they're coming from out of state, they're taking time off, that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. I've never dealt with a birthday that's close to a holiday, and you know, so we're just gonna learn every year what's gonna work so that she's not, I don't know, lost by the wayside of the holiday, I guess. I don't know. We'll just figure that out. But yeah, like, uh, I'm in Westerly, Rhode Island. It's been a little cold a couple days, but the weather has been more mild than I am would expect for this time of year. Um, you know, I guess that's good in some ways and terrible in others, depending on how you feel about climate change. Um, and yeah, so we're gonna host Thanksgiving. You know, we'll do turkey, green bean casserole, potatoes, creamed onions, which if you don't know what creamed onions are, they're just so good and they are like a holiday staple in my family. So that's happening. Um and we'll have pumpkin pie, pumpkin cheesecake, pecan pie, again, another staple, and mincemeat, little Madeline cookies that I love mincemeat. I know it's like gone out of fashion for a lot of families, but like for ours, mincemeat is again like it's a thing. It's gotta happen. Um yeah. Uh if you have enjoyed catching up with what I'm doing and seeing what I'm doing, it would be great if you could hit the subscribe, like, share. If you have anything to say, if you know what the hell I did to that set-in sleeve, that would be great to tell me because I don't know. I looked at the pattern and I followed it and I don't know what that is. I don't know what I didn't do correctly. That pattern was from the Ann Bud's handy book of top-down sweaters. Um, but anyway, uh, yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy the rest of your Monday and that you have fun heading up to, if you're in the US, if you're heading up to your Thanksgiving festivities, whatever they may be. If you're elsewhere, enjoy your week and I'll catch up with you next time. Thanks. Bye.